I just hope you don't win on your first pachinko game so that you don't become an addict pachinko. Have you ever played pachinko? Here are 3 tools you need to know before playing pachinko. こんにちは。This is Tak channel. Today I'm going to react a video of Japan's biggest gaming obsession explained, Pachinko, by Abord in Japan. Japan is famous for its lack of casino. This is because they are prohibited by law. However, in recent years there was talk of opening casino to attract foreigners. In the end, this story disappeared. But even if we don't wait for casino to open, there is already a large gambling tourism industry in Japan. This is Pachinko. So I'd like to react in this video.
An estimated 1 in 10 people in Japan play it, in a market valued at $200 billion a year. There's scarcely a street across the country that doesn't have it, and you'll often hear it before you see it. Loud, confusing, and a national obsession, this is Pachinko.
Let's try this one time.
If you've never set foot in Japan, there's a good chance you'll have never heard of Pachinko. I had no idea what it was until my first day in Japan, when I accidentally stumbled into a Pachinko parlour in central Tokyo and was subsequently deafened by the noise of hundreds of shrieking machines and thousands of ball bearings being blasted in every direction. I think the best way to describe Pachinko is it's part arcade game, it's part gambling, and it's part noise. It's just so unbelievably noisy. But why is Pachinko popular? And how do you play it? I don't really have the answers to these questions. I'm awful at it. So today I've enlisted the help of a good friend who is a retired veteran of Pachinko, and he's going to share with us the secrets to success. Isn't that right, Natsuki?
Hello everyone! Let's Pachinko.
Let's go. Pachinko has its roots in Chicago in the early 20th century, when gaming manufacturers started selling the Corinth game, a children's version of Bagatelle pinball. In the 1920s, the game made it to Asia, becoming a hit in Japan, where it became a staple of Japanese sweet shops as a means of getting children to stick around and stuff themselves with more candy. And it soon got the nickname of Pachi Pachi, an onomatopoeia referring to the noisy popping and snapping sounds of the game. In the 1930s, the game found a more mature audience, when the board was turned upright and made larger. However, World War II began, and most of the machines were scrapped for metal. For a time, the game disappeared, and didn't re-emerge until the late 1940s. But it wasn't until after World War II that Pachinko became really popular, with a surplus of metal ball bearings in factories across the country and an entertainment sector desperate to be filled. It wasn't long before Pachinko took the country by storm. And then in the 1980s, Pachinko machines became electronic gaming devices, and things got a lot more colourful, a lot more noisy, and a lot more chaotic. Pachinko has since morphed into a slightly more complex game. The aim of landing balls into the start chucker remains, however doing so opens up more holes to aim for to increase your jackpot, and triggering some rather crazy looking mini-games which are more reminiscent of arcade machines. But there's more to Pachinko than just a flood of ball bearings and a dizzying array of colours. It is by far Japan's biggest gambling market. Gambling in Japan is technically banned. However, Pachinko parlours have found a way around it. At the end of a game, you receive a coupon or ticket, depending on the size of your winnings. You can then leave the Pachinko parlour and head around the back of the building or down a nearby street to a neighbouring counter where you're able to redeem the ticket for a cash reward. And because it's in a separate building, the gambling laws are easily circumnavigated.
Pachinko is not gambling under Japanese law. Therefore, the place to exchange your winnings in Pachinko for money is in a different place from the Pachinko parlor. Therefore, if you ask a Pachinko parlor clerk where I can exchange my winning for money, he or she will not tell you. Legally, the clerk must not tell you where you can exchange money. So So the best way to exchange money is to follow other customers. So if foreigners win at a pachinko, foreigners may be a little confused about how to exchange for money.
I remember the first time I heard about this loophole and how comical and ridiculous it sounded. But when you're talking about a market worth $200 billion or 4% of Japan's GDP, well, that's a lot of government tax revenue, isn't it? Pachinko parlours are typically difficult to film in, with the sort of strict policies you'd find in a casino. But we've been given access to film inside a Pachinko cafe in Takayama in Gifu, in the heart of the Japanese Alps, where the colourful...
That was very informative video. But the person who really love pachinko play pachinko even weekdays. The need for pachinko tourism by foreigners visiting Japan is becoming more apparent every day, and pachinko halls that cater to foreigners are reported to be thrilling. Travel information sites in the US and Europe also rank pachinko high on their list of must-try experiences. This is because many pachinko halls incorporate game, anime, and manga that are popular overseas. In addition, the classic bunching balls method of play and the use of lights, sounds, and rigged crystal displays make a pachinko a unique Japanese product. So foreigners who are interested in pachinko, I, as a Japanese, would like to experience 3 truths that you should know before playing pachinko. Number 1. Japanese people's reaction to pachinko is bad. Pachinko is a form of gambling, so of course it has a bad image. In fact, the number of people who play pachinko is decreasing rapidly. It's about 1/3 of its peak. There is almost no one who plays stud now. So nowadays, people who play pachinko are relatively old, and young people hardly play at all. Therefore, people who play pachinko have a bad image, like people who smoke. Number 2. The environment of the store is bad. There is a lot of music playing in the store, which hurts your ears. Also, most people smoke, so there is a lot of smoke in store. The first time I went to a pachinko parlor, I couldn't stay there for more than 30 minutes. I got a headache right away, but it's good experience for foreigners. Number 3. Gambling addict. Today, pachinko is not a game that costs less than 10,000 yen per game. Heavy users are always looking for a big win and will invest 20,000 to 30,000 yen until they hit the pachinko. As a result, many people want to win and become addicted to playing pachinko every day. The most famous example is called beginner's luck, which is when players hit a big jackpot the first time he or she plays a pachinko. The beginner then wake up to the fun of pachinko and cannot stop playing. This addiction led to the collapse of families and lives and mental illness, which is a growing problem in Japanese society. If all pachinko players won, this problem would not exist in a scene. In this way, Japanese people are playing pachinko to make money rather than to enjoy it. If there are pachinko that did not give money, no one would play pachinko just for money. Of course, it is a game that only exists in Japan, so it's a good idea to try it as an experience to try your luck. I just hope you don't win on your first pachinko game so that you don't become an addict pachinko. There is more information to this Abord in Japan video, so if you're interested, please watch until the end. I would be very happy if you could leave a request in the comment at the end. Lastly, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and like me. いつもありがとうございます。バイバイ。